Hi friends, Right Careers welcomes you to a brand new video for this week. This week is very special for Right Careers because it happens to be the 50th episode. Yes, over the past 50 weeks we have seen topics on numerous careers, starting from national education policy to something about computers, engineering, medicine, non-engineering, commerce, humanities, schooling. So we have seen quite a number of topics. Army also we have seen. So we have seen a lot of topics in the last 49 weeks, and today we are happy to produce the 50th episode. So at this juncture, I would like to thank everybody, be it the stakeholders who are involved in this channel or the most important viewers, that is the viewers who have made this channel a tremendous success. The last 50 weeks, I never expected this to cross over 1,100 subscribers. It's a great achievement, I should say, and good amount of watch hours. So overall, I would like to thank everybody who have been instrumental in making this a huge success. Now, to mark the special, 50th episode is always special for all of us, right? So to mark the historic occasion, we thought we should do a very special video, a very special career, in fact. Yes, the topic for this week is careers in Indian Air Force, IAF we call, right? So people who are very conscious or passionate about making a career in sky, or making a career, or who want to serve the country and willing to maintain the national peace can certainly opt for a career in Indian Air Force. So the main objective of making any career within Indian Air Force is to maintain the national peace and integrity, and that's the whole objective of any defense services. Now IAF as such was established in the year 1932, and since then it has become the indispensable force in Indian defense services. Right, the very fact that Indian Air Force was renamed as Royal Indian Air Force after the World War II for its achievements during this World War II speaks laurels about IAF. Now currently IAF has 7 commandments: the Western Command, the Southern Command, the Eastern Command, the Southwestern Command, the Maintenance Command, the Training Command, and the Central Command. So there are 7 commandments within IAF. We will see what are those. Now IAF is considered to be one of the most powerful forces in the world. It's considered to be the 7th most powerful forces in the world, and currently IAF has employees, 1.9 lakh employees. That's huge, right? And it has roughly about 500 plus combat and transport aircrafts, and 500 plus transport aircrafts and 600 plus combat aircrafts, making it as the 4th largest force in the world. Now, moving on, what are the career opportunities that exist in Indian Air Force? There are 3 large domains of career opportunities that exist in IAF. The first one is definitely in the form of a flying branch. IAF is obviously flying, and therefore flying branch. We will see what is flying branch. And then there is technical branch, and then there is ground duty branch. So broadly there are 3 branches. The flying branch, as the name itself suggests, consists of people who wish to fly and things like that. So they usually are pilots, commercial pilots, war pilots, jet pilots, helicopter pilots, etc. So they work during war and also during non-war times when there is a flood calamity. It's the pilots who go and oversee and distribute relief, etc. So that's the flying branch. The non-flying branch is usually the technical branch. The technical branch is usually the engineering side of Air Force, where the combination of aeronautical engineers, mechanical engineers, electronics engineers, they work behind and then help the technical part of the IAF. And then finally the non-technical or ground duty branch, which takes care of the logistics, HR, finance, administration, and whole lot of things. So these are the 3 broad branches of IAF. Now we will see in every branch as to how a student like you can get into and make a successful career with IAF. The first branch that we are going to discuss is definitely about the flying branch. So how as a student can get into a flying branch? The first route is definitely in the form of a NDA. NDA is National Defense Academy route, which is located at Khadakwasla, Pune. If you see my army video, which is the link is in this video that I've spoken enough about NDA. But yes, this NDA is usually for students who wish to join Air Force after grade 12. So if you are in grade 12 or if you are just finished your grade 12, yes, you can. This is specifically for men. Until the age of 19, you can apply with clear eyesight. Usually, NDA conducts exams tentatively twice a year. The only criteria is you should have studied physics, chemistry, maths at 12th standard. So if you are there, then you can take the NDA test and then undergo 3 years training at NDA and then join any defense forces. You need not join only Air Force, but this is common for Air Force, Army and Navy. So this is one common route for grade 12 students. Moving on, for graduates. Now we just saw about 12 students. Now we will see about how a graduate can get into IAF. First we will see about non-engineers. This flying branch mostly will consist of non-engineers. And the first is the CDSE route we call. Combined Defense Service Exam. Once again, as the name itself suggests, the CDSE Combined Defense Service Exam is meant for all three forces, Air Force, Navy and Army, all three. So if you got to take a test after your graduation. There is no restriction as far as which graduation you pursue, but the only catch is you should have studied physics, chemistry, maths at your grade 12 level. So once you finish your graduation, you can take the CDSE test. Once again, this is specific for men, I should say. That's the first route. The second route is the NCC route. I'm sure you all know what NCC is, National Cadet Corps. Now this is applicable for both men and women. Once again, any graduation, but however, you should have studied 12th standard in physics group. You should have studied PCM, and then you should also possess the NCC certificate. So if you possess the NCC certificate at your college level, be it a man or woman, you can definitely apply into the technical route. That's the second career path. The third career path is definitely in the form of an AFCAT route we call. Once again, this is meant for both men and women. AFCAT is Armed Forces Common Aptitude Test. So you got to take, after your graduation, you got to take AFCAT test. So once upon clearing AFCAT test, you can join as a short service commission. Now this AFCAT route is specifically meant for a SSC, we call it short service commission, usually 14 years in nature, right? Once again, the only rule is 12th standard physics, chemistry, any graduation is accepted. So these are the career path for flying branch after graduation. Now the second wing, we saw flying wing. The second branch is technical branch. Now technical branch, as the name itself suggests, it's related to technical things within the Air Force. Usually engineers, upon completing their engineering degree, they can join, they got to give some tests and then they can join forces. The eligibility is, the age group definitely must be in the bracket of 20 and 26 at the time of course commencement, and unmarried Indian, both women and men can apply. Three branches of engineers are usually preferred: aeronautical, mechanical and electronic engineering entry. There are three entries. If you have studied aeronautical engineering, you can get into the aeronautical. Similarly, if you have studied electronics, you can get into the electronics entry. If you have studied mechanical engineering, you can get into the mechanical entry. Minimum of 4 years engineering degree is a must, and then you got to take EKT, engineering knowledge test. If you clear engineering knowledge test along with the AFCAT, which we saw earlier, you got to clear both AFCAT and EKT, which is compulsory to get into the engineering or the technical branch, I would say. The third branch is the non-technical branch. Non-technical branch is usually referred as ground duty. So in ground duty, there are different departments, as I said. Definitely logistics is a department, finance and accounts is a department, HR is a department, metrology is definitely a department, etc. So for all these things, the respective graduation qualification is good enough to get into. For example, if you want to get into the accounts department, graduation in commerce or accounts is a must, and upon clearing the basic test, you can definitely get into the non-technical route of IAF, the logistics branch, or whatever branch it is, based on your graduation. Now these are all some of the ways to get into the IAF. Now as always in our videos, we will look at the pros and cons. Definitely the pros, what else you want, you serve for the country, and that's the biggest pro, I would say. Your office space is not restricted to 4 cubicles. It's definitely, for most of us, it's above the sky, which is one for the great perk. Huge amount of perks that IAF gives in terms of education, learning, experience, post-retirement, etc., canteen, etc. There's tremendous amount of opportunities and perks that government gives. As always, some flip side, definitely there is no working hours. If you are in any forces, there is no working hours, irrespective of the force you serve. Constant threat to life because of war and things like that. Whenever it comes, have to be very, very meticulous, and family always takes a backseat when you serve the country. So these are some of the flip side. But if you are really keen and passionate to serve the country, to fly high and serve the country, IAF is the great career option. I would like to give a huge thumbs up to this career. Once again, thank you everybody for watching this video and making this a grand success in the form of Right Careers. And I am sure that in weeks to come, you will see more and more innovation, more and more small improvements in our videos. And thank you so much. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't. It's YouTube, www.youtube.com/Right Careers, and bell button do functions these days, and make sure you click the bell button for instant notification. Until next Monday with a brand new video, take care, stay safe, fly high, have a great week. Thank you.